Welcome back, people. Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. What's happening, Kibs?
Good, man. Sorry. Trying to eat something before we head out. We've got like a team dinner going on. I'm at Gallery 37. I'm in Birmingham, so I've been there past couple of days. Yeah, it's been good, bro, man. Amazing to see all amazing artists. We're creating stuff because we do a big show at the end of it. But just guiding the future, bro. Guiding the future. It's good. It's been good, bro. I miss the family though. That's my only issue.
Yeah,
that's why I can't sleep, because I'm worried about them.
Yeah. No, we called them the other day. They're doing all right, and I think Bobby's got some plans to get some cousins and stuff over. This is your second year doing this, right?
Yeah, so they do it every gap year. They don't always invite facilitators again. So I'm honored to be asked to come for a second time round. So it's amazing. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, we've got some really talented artists on this program, and they're selected, bro, because of the amazing work that they already do. But it's guidance, it's mental health, it's showing them ways, understanding the industry, and it's advice I wish I had when I was that age.
Yeah.
But that's for they're between 16 and 25.
Okay.
You know, those are the crucial years that I feel like if I was guided in the right direction, then, you know, but my path is this, is passing knowledge on.
That's it.
Struggles and all of that stuff. So I met somebody else today named Roxanne. She's a musician. She's been in the industry for a long time. She did a talk to the guys. Oh, it was amazing, bro. And I mean, it's only if I can help inspire. That's the main thing. I mean, you know, their work is better than mine, 10 times better than mine. It's amazing what they do. And I don't mean to put myself down in that. Everybody has a different level of art, but it's like I look around and I'm still amazed at what people can create. It's amazing, bro.
Well, that keeps you humble. That keeps you humble thinking that way, because you're there guiding them and teaching them, but then you're also kind of respecting the work that they bring and learning from them as well. Like, tell them, listen, I'm here teaching, yes, but I'm also a student. You know, I'm always gonna be a student, and you guys are teachers too. Like, you're still teaching me. Like, through this, I'm learning things from you all. And it's great that you can express your experience. I don't know how deep you can get, but life is not easy, right? Of course, you're trying to teach them the art and stuff, but life itself hits you.
That's what it is. The main part of it is the life skills that come with it. Save your money, do this, do that. Make sure you have these things in place so that you don't get bumped later on, like I have in the past.
Exactly.
It's future-proofing what you're doing. And like, I personally think, you know, a lot of them coming out of school, education, there is no life lessons. And you put up a video recently with Slick about, you know, little things that to help you maintain life. Because that shit is hard, bro. Once you move out, you do that shit by yourself. You're like, fuck, man, how did mum and dad do this shit? Because if they were struggling, I'm struggling now.
Exactly.
And the system is, I feel like it's set up to make people fail, bro.
In a way, yes, in a way it feels like it's made to keep the levels that there are, you know, the high-end people, the middle class, the low class. It's made to keep that. I mean, that's what me and Slick were talking about with the education system and whatnot. There is no life classes. No one tells you that you're gonna have to pay taxes and you're gonna be broke, or you're gonna have heartache, like you're gonna meet someone and then break up with them. The streets might, depending where we live, the streets, you know, might capture you, gangs, and people might want to rob you, and whatever it is, man. None of this stuff was told. You know what I mean? You're gonna go to college and you're gonna feel a little bit insecure because, you know, you want to be cool and maybe you want to meet some girl. None of this tells you, nothing tells you nothing like this. It's all academic stuff, which is great and it's all necessary, but none of that teaches you about life. Nothing tells you, listen, you're going to be heartbroken. There's many ways to deal with it. People turn to drugs and alcohol, but no, you know what? You can talk to somebody. You can get into exercise, get into a hobby, find a passion. No, like, people have to find their own ways. And we know so many people who, as an example, life's not going well at that time and they break down and they get onto drugs and alcohol and all that sort of shit. School don't teach you none of that shit to help you avoid that shit. So it's great that you can take that and express those in the class, because I feel like sometimes they might, I don't know if certain events or things stop you from doing that, but it's great that you're like taking
Because I'm
the
not
initiative.
working with a curriculum.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm working about real world situations. Punch records are all about the industry, the culture, the way to get into things, but doing things, I kind of put it in a way where it's mentoring, bro. And it's amazing because, you know, you hear the feedback and the eyes light up when they like to see somebody talking about real life situations, bro, because it
Relatable.
is not, it's not, yeah, man, it's not sunshine and rainbows, man. It's hard. It's hard. And I know recently on the podcast, guys, we've been talking deep stuff as much as we love the pop culture, but I think everyday life needs to get involved in that because it's fucking hard, man. It's not easy, bro. You know,
Yeah,
even
plus,
now, me doing this is a hard graft. I'm away from my family. My Nia's 3.5 months old. I miss her like crazy, bro. Like phone conversation is not enough. FaceTime is not enough. I need to smell her. I need to squeeze her. I need to see her smile.
mm.
You know, Lara's upset as well. So like that, those things play with my head, you know, like 'cause I want my week to go quick, but then I don't want it to because I want to show these guys that, you know, you put the hard work, graft and time in and look at the things, the opportunities that come up. And yes, most of them are not paid. I'm trying to teach them that if you could be in a room with people and network, it will lead to other things, which it has done. Excuse me for the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
And it's important you tell them that, like, don't chase the money. Like, of course, have a backup, have a part-time job. That's what you got to do to earn
Hmm.
and whatnot. But don't follow the money. Don't do things for money. Make sure you do it for passion. All this sort of stuff, man. It's great that you can educate them on that, man. I mean, like I say, I mean, I when I talk to my team, and I know this is business in the corporate world, I always, how's your mental health? How are you handling work-life balance? Like, I see you emailing after hours, like, do you need to be doing that? Are you sure? Like, I can't stop you because I know you're passionate about your work, you have your self-integrity and whatnot, but just
Hmm.
make sure you're in a mental good place. If you're doing it and you're upset because it's getting to you, then stop. Let's have a conversation. But if you're doing it but you're mentally in a good place, cool, I won't stop you. But
Hmm.
it's so important. Like, I always, when we do our performance reviews, it's not just about the work and the improvement. Is like, you know, your mental health, you know, it's so important, and we all have it. And that's why I think it's important that we talk about it on the podcast too, because if we didn't, it would just sound like our life's great, and it is great. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to complain. Life is great.
Hmm.
Fuck, man, with this stresses. Fuck this.
Hmm.
I don't. It's not like I don't. I said this to you before when we were driving back from, where was we? I was in the UK. Something happened, and I was like, bro, life's good, but it's fucking stressful, isn't it? Like, life is
Yeah.
so
Exactly. Yeah.
fucking good, but it's so fucking stressful. I can't remember what happened, but something happened. But it's just kind of like acknowledging that life is great, but it is so fucking stressful. And that's just
Exactly.
the reality of life, and everyone needs to know that, man. I always, you know, just real quick, last bit on that. Like, that's what I'm saying. I always find inspiration from people in high successful positions, whatever you call success, but not I'm successful when I got this. How I got there. Like, it was fucking
Exactly.
hard. I broke down at one point, but I picked myself. Like, that's the story I want to hear. Like, the success is amazing, but I want to hear how you got there. How did you overcome adversity? And this is what I always talk to my leaders about when I, you know, the CEO and whatnot. It's like, I know you're CEO and whatnot and successful business. Tell me the hardship. Tell me when
Hmm.
you wake up, do you have imposter syndrome? Do you have a shitty day? Because it seems like being a CEO and a management, everyone's in great spirits all the time and everything's perfect. Like, tell me about your shitty day and let me know how you handle that, because that's what's more relatable and that's what's going to help me grow. And not just me, just anyone, an intern will be like, holy shit, like, okay, they go through bad days too. Like, you need to, they don't do that enough in the corporate world. But people like who I listen to and follow and whatnot, be it in martial arts or whatever, listening to the journey up and all the adversity that overcome is way more relatable and inspirational than someone just saying I'm successful when I made it. Well, fucking,
Hmm.
I don't mean shit to me, man. Like, you know, so it's important. It's great that you're doing that.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's whew. yeah, it's overwhelming at times. Like, I mean, yesterday, and because everybody's coming from different backgrounds, suffering different things, and it's trying to find learning formats and how to communicate with one another as well. Some of them are not going to communicate. Some of them are going to be closed. Some of them are going to work by themselves. So introverts, extroverts. There's another artist that I met at another camp. His name's Amir, and really nice guy. Really wants to get himself out there. Wants to learn more about things. He does fine arts. He's actually an amazing painting artist already. But he wants to get out there more and understand things. And he was like, "Thank you for the conversation yesterday. You were really open." And I said, "Listen, man, that's taken me years to come to that point where I can have an open conversation with a stranger because I don't know what I'm going to learn from you, and I don't know what you're going to learn from me. So if we can have a good conversation, a good, open, honest conversation, then it helps." And he said, "I know, I felt it because you made the effort." And I think I've been doing that more often with strangers because, well, in this particular part, is that I'm not going to let that person sit in the corner by themselves and not get involved with the rest of the team. If there's certain ways I can understand how we could do the workflow, which I have, because I spend more time with them, and then
Yeah,
slowly get them involved into things. And
that's so
you
important.
know,
And
yeah,
it's great that you
it's
acknowledge that. Sorry to cut you, but it's so important
yeah,
that you acknowledge it because not everyone is that person that's going to put their hand up and talk. Not everyone has the confidence to do that, and that's not a bad thing. I was
yeah.
talking to. I remember I was doing a thing with a bunch of interns, and I was
Mm,
telling them like there was those extroverted people who were asking all the questions and everything. There were some people who were silent, and I was like, listen, don't think it's a bad thing to stay silent because you're still learning. Listening is learning, and listening is one of the most important parts of learning. You know what I mean? You're trying
mm.
to learn this stuff. Listening is one of the most important parts, right? So don't feel like that. I've always been that guy that I don't like to put my hand up and say, oh, I have a question because I've always been nervous and all that sort of stuff. Yes,
Yeah,
there's techniques to do that and what to learn that stuff, but don't feel that you have to ask a question to make an impact. No, listening is such an important skill set that a lot of people don't have. Even smart academic individuals and whatnot, they don't have that ability to listen and learn. And what you said is so true. Mike Tyson said
mm,
this on one of his podcasts, like everyone is your teacher. Everyone is your teacher.
yeah,
And even if someone who's a bad person, they're still teaching you what you shouldn't do. You know what I mean? So it's so
exactly.
important to have that conversation. It's great that you acknowledge that and acknowledge the ones who are not speaking up and just trying to find different ways to communicate with them because people would just leave them to it. And then,
No, it's important, bro. I was that person.
yeah.
I was that person. So I see myself as an extrovert and an introvert. So no, nobody's left alone. Nobody is alone. And bless her, she does amazing artwork. And I can't see. I want to see like what they're capable of doing amazing things. She draws on a mobile phone, bro. I can't do that. She draws these anime characters amazingly on a mobile phone, bro. Look how small that screen is, bro. They use a phone, and it's because they're coming from different backgrounds and things. People can't. But it's amazing. She's got tools and she's used it, and she's been able to express that, which is amazing. And so, no, people are going to showcase their work. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to the actual show and putting it together. I love that stuff, bro. I love events and I love creativity, and it's something moving forward. I want to do so much more of, so much more of.
And are you more confident now doing these things? Like, do you get nervous that you're going to be in front of these people talking or even
Yes.
trying to teach someone? Like, how's that process now?
I still get nervous, bro. I do get nervous.
And how do you
I think that
overcome
just
those
comes.
nerves then?
Just go for it, bro. It's weird. I think I've been the one that experiments so much more when it comes to that type of the life. I love the limelight as well, bro. I know that as a person. But if I can rub off a little bit of myself on the excitement of trying to put something together like this, then why not, man? You know
It's
what I mean?
interesting you say
But
that, man. Like, because
yeah,
I'm opposite. I don't like
yeah,
the
yeah.
limelight. I don't. But when you get the limelight, it feels great. Like, be it at work or the gym or whatever. When you get that limelight, it feels great. But I don't like the limelight. I don't like the eyes on me.
Mm.
And when I do have to do a big presentation at work or whatever, I get so nervous that I literally pump myself up before the call starts. Press
Yeah,
ups,
bro, I still do that when we're doing
burpees and shit.
interviews. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like push-ups and I'm doing jumping jacks and
Yeah, I'm telling myself, let's go, let's go, let's go. Like, I'm literally talking to myself, like, let's go. I get super nervous.
Yeah, no, same. I still do get that when it was like James Gunn and Matt Reeves for like, all of that stuff. But d- because you do it without automatically you put them on a pedestal, and that changes everything. But really and truly, once you start seeing like Matt Reeves, Matt Reeves, I think he leveled out. That was the one where Lara came with her piano in the background and ready to have a orchestral sort of game. But he was like, go be a dad. Like, don't worry about this. It's
Oh,
all
I
good.
didn't know that. You didn't even tell
Yeah,
me that. You
yeah,
didn't tell me that,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was the time, and I was like freaking out. And he was like, "It's okay, man. Don't worry, man. Like, I wish they gave me the footage for that. I know Paul from DC World, he took a photo of it, which is absolutely amazing. So there's moments like
I
that where you
had
put
no
people on
idea
pedestals, you know what I
that
mean?
happened.
Yeah, Alara just came in, like, bro, all you can see is her picking up that big black piano, and you're thinking she was 3 at the time, and she's like, Daddy, I need batteries. And I was like, oh my God.
And did you like, allow, give me 1 minute, or how was your like the
No,
video's
we
up
continue.
there? Can you talk like because you were
Yeah,
talking at
yeah.
one
So
point?
basically, yeah, yeah. So because I was asking him the question, and all I could see is Alara like bringing it in, and I'm like, oh my God. And like, I'm still saying the question, but he could see the fear in my eyes, like, oh, his little girl just walked in. He was like, go be a dad, man, don't worry.
And then
So that's what I'm saying. That it dumb,
yeah, no,
he
human.
saw it, I saw it, it's
Yeah,
human. He
he's a
leveled it down.
human. Yeah. So then what? Did you go attend to Alara and came back and asked your question, or
The fuck?
what the hell's
Did
going
you hear
on?
that?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know, man. Somebody did something.
What in your room?
No, no, no. It's like outside. Anyway,
So that's what I'm saying. Did you go and attend to Alara and then came back after and asked a question, or?
no, Lara just sat there. There was no batteries. I didn't give her batteries. We just continued, bro.
Oh man, but
Just said, oh, chill,
that's
chill.
the thing, man. Like if you're in the industry and like those things are more human. I bet you even Matt Reeves thought, oh, this is nice. Like it's just comfortable.
Mm,
We're just chilling and having a conversation. That's what makes it amazing. Of course, it is their time and whatnot. Is you have to respect that whatnot. But when those elements come in and they're like, look, just go be a father. It's an
mm,
amazing, almost like a bond. It's a relatable bond that you got something in common
mm.
with Matt Reeves. I don't know if he's a father or whatnot, but just it's a relatable bond. It's amazing. And it humanizes you. And you know what? Maybe it could even broke the ice for you because you're like, ah, shit,
It did though,
and make you
because
less
then I could.
nervous.
It did because the questions I asked, I don't want to be able to ask somebody the questions that everybody else has asked. Like, what's the next project? What's Batman 2? Blah blah. You want to talk about the film, the intricate details about it. So yeah, interesting.
No,
I
you're
got some
good
other
at
news
that.
though, but I'll tell you later anyway.
Okay, that sounds exciting. That sounds all right, awesome. But listen, man, I think you're doing amazing. It's great to see you grow. Listen, I've seen you grow and do this stuff. You're mentoring kids, you're teaching kids. This is crazy. And remember, you started off not to go too far back, but you made art a passion. And then through that, now you're teaching people art. I mean, it's absolutely amazing journey. Just keep doing what you're doing, man.
No,
Freaking
thank you,
awesome.
bro.
But yeah, with myself, the same thing this week. Just I'm trying to get back into routine, training,
Mm,
work. I've made a decision, man. We're gonna buy the car, so we're getting
hmm
rolling. It's actually I didn't even think about it that way. I mean, obviously I was looking for a car and whatnot, but we're buying a brand new car. And actually, let me tell you this, bro. So we're looking for a car, right? First of all, I had no idea what I was gonna get. Came out from a showroom knowing what I'm feeling. I ended up feeling an MG, right? Used to be
mm,
UK, now it's all Chinese brand,
hmm
but it's still got that UK presence. Anyway, fixated on a car. It fit my budget. It was brand new. It fit my budget. It fit the specs. It looked nice. I'm still a bit, what's the word, vain. I still want a nice car. Actually, like,
mm,
I didn't think about it before, but like now I'm buying one. I'm like, I want it to look good. My rented car is a piece of crap, right? But I'm buying one, and I've got this vanity of like, I want it to look good. You know what I mean? So anyway,
mm,
MG, bro, I'm kind of excited. I'm excited. I'm doing the research. I'm sending everyone videos and Yakub and Ash and like, what do you guys think? What do you think? And then I started doing reviews, checking reviews. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm excited. I'm gonna do this. Talking to the missus. We're gonna do
mm,
it. We're gonna go back to MG twice.
mm,
The second time, go back to MG, and then we check it again, get excited, come back. We try to book a test drive, and no one got back to us. Bullshit.
mm,
Okay, cool. We go to we're so excited. We go back there a week later. We're like, let's just do it in person. So we go there, we book a test drive. Cool. We weren't really attended to. One lady was kind of nice, but we were just sat in there for ages, basically, because she said someone's gonna come see you. That someone didn't even approach us or nothing, even though she pointed at him and told him, hey, make sure they want to see him. Anyway, that guy didn't do shit, so service is basic already. Finally, we get the test drive. We drive it, nice car. I'm still thinking, all right, basic service, but nice car. I'm on this. Bro, as I'm driving it, bro, they're telling me things that are wrong with, like, that are not on the spec sheet. They gave me a spec sheet and they say, no, it's not that. I'm like, what? It's on the spec sheet. They're like, no, you got to speak to the salesperson. So I go speak to the salesperson after. I was moist about the car. I was ready to give him my money.
Yeah.
Bro, this salesperson unsold me the car. I don't even know how these people do their jobs, man. She unsold me the car. I mean, the car is there. It's got tints and all this sort of stuff. And the spec sheet is right next to it saying it's a 4-wheel drive. It's got tints. It's worth this how much money or whatever. I'm finding out from the lady, oh, no, the tints are not included. This is wrong. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, no, it's wrong. I'm like, but you gave me a spec sheet. The spec sheet's right there next to the car. Your spec sheet is all saying it's got tints. No, it's a mistake. It's not even a 4-wheel drive. It's an all-wheel drive. So you can't take it off-road and whatnot. I'm like, but it says 4-wheel drive. So you guys are really giving misinformation to your customers. So if I was to buy this based on this spec sheet and the spec sheet next to the car, and I receive a car with no tint and it's not a 4-wheel drive and all the other bullshit that could be lies on it, because I literally said, what else is a lie on this? Oh, no, it's just, I'm like, you know what? And I was like, well, you know what? As you said earlier about teachers, thank you. You just helped me make my decision that I am not going to buy this car. Like you helped me make I'm not going to buy this car. And I walked out and I was like, so disappointed, man. Like, one, the service was shit. And two, how you're misguiding and miscommunicating to misleading customers. It's horrible, MG. So anyway, we wrote a shitty review. They tried to reach out, said, fuck off, man. You lost our business, right? So we searched around, went to a few other dealers, much better customer service. Found this company called Haval, which is it's a South African one, but same thing. China bought them out, and then find out, and it's China's Great Wall Motor Vehicles or something. It's like one of their biggest car dealerships or brands in China, and they're really trying to build it up. And we just found we found a better car. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, when you have faith in God, in Allah, or whatever it is, like, everything happens for a reason, whatever you want to believe. And I feel like God took us away from the NG and made us find a car, same thing in our budget, but just looks better, that has so much more technology, way better customer service. And we just found it randomly. And, I didn't know this brand. Yakub, Ash, the car experts, even Riyadh, don't know this brand. But then we started researching on it. Yakub, he's done his research. Like, oh, like, this is actually a really good car. China's really investing a lot of money in it. It's one of the biggest dealership in the brand in China. I've been seeing loads of reviews, and they're saying, like, there's sometimes technical issues, like with the USB and whatnot, but no mechanical issues, bro. So we went for a test drive last week. Last weekend, went for another test drive today in the actual car we're gonna buy, not the actual one, but the actual model. And this time, because last time they just gave us the key, and it was the sports version, so they were like, just drive it around, see how you feel. And then today it was like the actual version we're gonna buy, and the guy came with us and he showed me some of the features, bro. And I'm talking about he showed me the auto parking feature, bro. I felt like it's surreal. It was a surreal experience. It's weird. Everyone's got these new cars. I haven't. Bro, my last car I bought was a BMW back in uni days, bro. 2000.
The 3 Series. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I haven't bought a car since then, and I've always drove manual and actually done things with the car. To just sit there and the guy goes, "Don't worry, let go of the steering wheel, let go of the brake." And the car.
Did you get scared a little bit?
Yes, because the car parked itself and correctly. It was amazing. And I looked at him and I looked at my wife and I was like, this is fucking surreal. Like, the robot.
What about the brakes?
No, I didn't do nothing. It just parked and then went into park mode. He put his handbrake on. He goes, you don't need to do nothing. And it's so crazy. And then I asked him, I said, listen, man, that's amazing. However, can I rely on this technology in 3 years' time, for example? Can I still rely on this technology? Would something happen, like, where it's off, the sensor's off, and it smashes into a car? Like, how reliant can I be on it? He goes, look, you should always be aware. But yeah, I haven't heard any complaints about it, but I just felt I
So
was
in that
in a,
moment, you can still put your foot on the brake if you feel like something's wrong.
of course, yeah, you can, yeah. But then it's got sensors around the car that if it gets too close to something, it brakes automatically. You know what I mean? I was in a robot, bro. I was in a robot. You know, you fucking. I know it's different. People hear me out, man. You know, in Aliens, when she was in a robot, she was controlling it. Well, I guess, yeah. Like I felt like it was. I was in a robot, bro. I was in a robot vehicle that parked itself. How crazy is that? Most people have experienced it. This was my first experience with it, and I was
Wow,
actually like, I was in. I
that's
don't
not.
know. It was weird, bro. So anyway, alhamdulillah, man, we're gonna go for it, man. And you know, Jakub's been messaging me and he's like, I didn't even think about this element of it, but he goes, Gee, I'm so proud of you, man. And I was like, why? He goes, you're the first one out of the boys to actually buy a brand new car. Don't worry about the price or the vehicle itself. You're the first one to buy a brand new car. And I was like, I didn't really see it. And then Riyadh started messaging the same thing. Like, and I was just like, I didn't see that as an accomplishment. And he goes, but now I do. And I'm like, he goes, G, see that as an accomplishment. Where we came from, don't forget your first car. Don't forget the BMW that you bought and how much we spent on those. And, you know, we had to scrape up every money and look what you've just done. And I'm like, man, I didn't see that as an achievement, but now I am. And I looked at the missus and I was like, we're making some moves, man. We're making this happen together. We're building a life. And this is an achievement, and it made me feel even more towards buying this car, like even more like just appreciating my own success. You know what I mean? Like I don't do, I
No,
still
it's
don't
good.
do it, but
You should do, man. You should
yeah,
do.
we don't do
You
it
should do.
enough. We don't do it enough, and I'm trying to be like humble with it and whatnot. And of course, I always will be. But like, you have to appreciate your success, man. Like you got to, bro. And I'm like, I didn't see it that way, man. But now I am, and I'm super excited to get it. I'm gonna get tinted. I've never, you know, I've always wanted my Nova to look like dark and tinted. I'm gonna get this car to kind of look like it, but it's a big SUV and whatnot. It's not Nova. It's like a 2-liter turbo, bro. It's got all these
That's
functions. I
massive, bro.
said to you, like, yeah, I know. It's a big SUV. It's got all these functions on it, which is crazy. And I'm just like, oh, I'm excited to get this. And I'm
Bro,
always,
do one of them hip hop videos and have a game, bro.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm already thinking about buying, you know, a cleaning kit in order, because I'm gonna clean it. I want to clean it, you know. I think it's important for me to clean. Like that's what I'm saying. Like with my house, for example, or my car. Yes, I could pay people, and sometimes I will, a little £5 here and there and whatnot. I could get cleaner in the house. Sometimes I will, but I think it's so important for an individual to have discipline to take ownership over your property and clean it and whether maintain it and whatnot, rather just paying people to do it. It's like, you know what I mean? Like I think there's a sense of responsibility there that you should have, and I think that's important. So I'm already thinking like, okay, cool. Sometimes I might not have the time and I'll just pay someone to clean the car, but I'm going to buy a cleaning kit and weekly I'm going to be in there and just rubbing down the dirt and cleaning the interior. I think it's important that I put my hard-earned efforts into that sort of stuff. Same with my garden. I've been working on it for ages, but I could have got a cleaner, but like, no, I'm going to do it myself. Like I really want to do it myself. It's important to me to do some of these things yourself and be disciplined. So I'm excited, bro. I'm really excited. Inshallah, I get the car in about 2 weeks or something. And, you know, so first, it's a big step for me, you know, and my wife. So I'm happy about this, man. Really happy. So
Good on you, bro. Good on you. Man. And it just, yeah, as you said, we're always going to be humble. I think we've always been humble. But celebrating those little wins is so important.
I think, well, sometimes I want to brag. I know. I think in the past, sometimes I have bragged, but I think I've done that out of insecurities and egos and whatnot. Now I'm just trying to like, rather than brag, but just kind of like express the success and whatnot. And you know, I'm a bit vain. I like the car. I'm buying the car. I want it to look good. You know what I'm saying? I got that vanity to it. Like I don't know if that's the right word, but you know, I want it to look good. I want to feel good in it, and you know, kind of look. As cheesy as this sounds, but you know, kind of feel cool in the car. Like this is my car, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's been the journey. That's been the adventure, man. Since we got back, searching for this car, and I think, alhamdulillah, we got there, man.
No, that's awesome, bro. Sorry, man. I just got an email. Our location has changed.
Cool. Well, look,
I'm trying to sort out some other things, but yeah, no, listen. Amazing. That's great to hear. Let's jump in. Let's jump in. Let's jump in.
Just a quick few
before
things.
That.
Go.
Yeah, so let me start off. So, guys, make sure you check out our Geekout session with Shamoon, Cobra Kai Nation. Massive thank you for him to jump on the podcast. He's been excited since we crossed paths. We didn't even cross paths at Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse, across the Spider-Verse. He just started following us on there, and then we've been talking. We've seen each other at a couple of screenings. Nice to find another brother just geeking out and just loving what he does. And Cobra Kai is his big inspiration. It's a movie that rekindled his love for Karate Kid, but it was a great episode. But this young little brother has so much wisdom in him and so much excitement that he's taken from Cobra Kai and the character of Miguel Diaz. And then we talked about Blue Beetle because we're at the Blue Beetle screening as well. So yeah, check it out, man. It's on the episode now. And make sure you check out Gilman's Sound of Freedom review, guys. Gilman got to see it. I won't see it till the 1st of September. But yeah, we'll check that review out. Gilman talks about that on their full thoughts, I would say. But yeah, check it out. Go on, bro. Let's start, bro.
Yeah, no, that was the first thing on the list to kind of give shout outs to what we've been watching and whatnot. So yeah, check it out, Sound of Freedom. I don't know how long we should just carry on talking about forever, but yeah, I mean that's the way I'm going to do reviews now, man. Especially for certain movies, man. Just press record and talk. I can't do that 60-second thing that you're good at. I'm just going to talk and just express myself. But yeah, we had some good feedback, bro. The movie. I'm not gonna again. It's not a spoiler thing, bro. It's what it's about. It's gonna be hard. Like, check out the review, but when you watch it, it's gonna be hard because you're a father, you're a loving father, and for old fathers and parents out there, it's hard. And like I said, from the moment the movie started, and it just the way it just drops in my throat. Because in the beginning, what happens is like they bust a pedophile. And then his partner, he quits because he's like, I can't take this. Like, because he saw some pictures and stuff, right? And he's like, I can't take this. And then he looks at Tim, the character who plays Tim Ballard, Jim, and forgive me, I can't pronounce his surname, but the actor who plays it. And he says to him, like, how many pedophiles have we taken down? And he goes 280 or something. Sounded very successful. And then he looked at him and he goes, well, how many children have we saved? And bro, from that moment, and that's in the very beginning, Jim does a great job of expressing the heart, the hurt. And from them, I had a lump in my throat of like sadness and whatnot. And then throughout the movie, those emotions change from sadness to like violence to like sadness and heroic, and you just have so much love for this. Tim Ballard, like I said, man, salute to him. He's a fucking hero. So you have so much love for it. So, bro, watch it. I can't wait for you to watch it. Not in an exciting way, but more for an awareness way. But just be prepared.
Yeah. Of course, no, definitely. I will be. I've heard a lot. Definitely.
Cool. Other things, man. Like I would like just some stuff I watch, man. There's a new podcast that came out or interview with Khabib Nurmagomedov with Pete Davis. Check that out, man. It's really good. I love listening to him talk. And Pete, I think his full name is Pete Davis or something, but he's actually Pat Davis. I think he's actually a really good podcaster. He got a little
Pat Davis. Is he a comedian?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. No. But he has a very deep voice. Like he has a very deep voice. Like anyway, he speaks really good. His podcast is normally about political stuff and whatnot. However, he did get some little backlash from some of the Muslim community because he must have said something about Islam. But I think he's humble enough and smart enough to kind of, he made a mistake. He was just uninformed. I want to say he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Misinformed. Look, I wasn't educated, and he kind of retracted on things. But then he had Khabib on the podcast and he's on the show, and it was great to listen to Khabib talk. He's always amazing to listen to. I don't know what it is, but there's something about him and whatnot. So do check those out. I finished reading the comic, the death of Gwen Stacy, the death of Gwen Stacy. Which was deep, man. It was deep. I mean, just reading that comic and just I think it was one of the first times where Spider-Man's went through, apart from Uncle Ben and whatnot, a death. And he's always that quirky guy. And the way it was written in the comics, it was like he was happy that he saved her until he found out she was dead. And it's just emotional when I'm thinking about how they relate that in the movies and whatnot. It's really great. So anyway, I'm going to pick up another one today, maybe the introduction of Wolverine. I'm just reading these old ones and whatnot, which is great. Cool. I watched some other movies, bro. Some of 84. Did you watch that?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Atia told me about this movie. She's like, watch it. It's great. It's based on the 80s and whatnot. 80s movies, when you make a movie based on the 80s, I swear it's always the best. It was a mixture of like Goonies and The Burbs and Stranger Things and all that sort of stuff. Check
Who's
it
in
out.
it?
It's oh man, I don't know names.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's got some kid. It's got one of the guys from Cobra Kai. I don't know names to be honest with you. But it's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Summer of '84. Isn't that from That's from 2018, bro.
Yeah, it's not even that new. I mean, it's 4 years old, but I mean, it's just got that 80s vibe, and there's something about 80s music and vibe and style. When you see it in a movie, they just do it right. And it was a good movie. It was very good. So check that one out. I watched Die Hard 2, which is the Kevin Hart one. Like I love Kevin Hart. I find him funny, but with his movies, these comedy movies, they're very almost like repetitive and whatnot. I feel like it's enjoyable and an easy watch, but it turned into a background movie for me. And some of the jokes, like I would like not laugh. I didn't laugh at all during the movie, but it's a different. It doesn't make me feel shitty. It just that's a little bit of a joke. Like so, I don't know. Something with Kevin Hart's comedies are just they're not. I don't know how to explain it. They're not shit. I'm not saying they're shit. His stand-up's obviously genius. It's just I think his comedies are very similar. And whatnot. He's a
It's
great
nothing
actor.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because he was in that one with Wesley Snipes.
Fucking awesome. True Story or something. It's very
Yeah,
good.
yeah. That's what I'm
Very
saying.
good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think he needs to get a bit more versatile with you know what? I watch his interview on Peacocks when he talks to people, which is funny because he had The Rock on there recently, and he has great conversation. So yes, he needs to go into other fields, but it's what he knows and what it pays the bills, bro. And sometimes we do what we're good at, right?
Oh, he's the
So
best at it. He's the best.
yeah. So yeah. I mean, bro, that first one with John Travolta, I switched off as well. Same thing. I ended up sketching and watching it in the background, which is a shame to say because I think, bro, in his early days, like the Death of Dynasty, and there was one with Beanie Seagull, like I can't remember what it's called, man.
Oh, I know too much.
Yeah,
Is it Soul Train? No, it's not Soul Train. Oh,
no,
Soul
no, no.
Plane.
So
Soul Plane was one of
no,
them.
that was Soul Plane. But hold up, let me check. Kevin Hart.
It was on his book. I remember listening to his book about it.
It was with Beanie, bro. Such a funny film, like such a funny film, like that. It's like peak Kevin Smith. Like now, you're right. You go through his film. The Man from Toronto was and all that. Ride Along. You got The Wedding Ring. I haven't seen that. There was one called Night School. Fatherhood was good, bro. You know the one where his wife.
Yeah. But that wasn't comedy. That was a serious thing. And
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's serious.
He's really good at that.
He's actually really good at that. He was. Oh, I didn't even know he was in. Okay, hold on. Let me just find out what it was called, man, because it's gonna bother me.
Paper Trails, paper
Soldiers.
Paper Soldiers. Yeah.
Bro, that film is hilarious. So yeah, listen, that was the era though. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not gonna if I put it on, as you said, background movie, it is, bro.
Yeah, the thing is though, he does capture me in the sense that like, oh, it's a Kevin Hart movie, I'm gonna watch it. I always pull it on. I'm already a fan and I'm invested. But then as the movie goes on, it just depends if it's captured me or not. And then it just end up becoming a background movie. But that's what Die Hard 2 was for me. But yeah.
Not Die Hard 2, man. Die Hard.
Heart, yeah. 2.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. What else has been going on, man? I'm gonna try and watch Blue Beetle on Thursday. I mean, I will be watching Blue Beetle Thursday. It comes out Thursday here, so I will watch it, and then maybe I could give a review or just talk about it on next week's podcast or something. You done a great review for Blue Beetle. I think it was very articulate. It was amazingly put together. Honestly, it was really good, man.
You know why, bro? Because I'm starting to script shit now. Because my dyslexic ADHD ass can't do like a random review and just talk about something and go for it. I can if I have the time. When you're giving me 1 minute, 3 minutes, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do the 1 minute ones as well. You're right. I feel like they're rushed. There's no information or value to it. And I thought, let me write it out and how I felt. And then like script it out because, bro, it was basic, bro. But yeah, no, I'm glad. I think you're right. Giving us more time to do a review. It doesn't have to come out the same day.
Nah, that's one thing I
I
noticed as well. I thought we had to be very relevant. Really, it doesn't have to. Doesn't
if
have to.
people want to watch it, they'll watch it, bro. And if
Exactly.
people see the picture and they click on it, they do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We don't
exactly.
need to.
Yeah, I mean,
I
look,
think
some
we,
some sort of relevance is necessary, but yeah,
yeah,
you're right. We don't have to do that like
don't have to rush. I
immediately.
mean, look at how long it's been since Sound of Freedom came out. You still got a good amount of people watching it.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I mean, and what you said about the reviews, I mean, like I said to you earlier, that's the way I'm gonna do it now, man. Fuck this 1 minute thing.
Just sit there and just do that thing,
The
bro, man.
scripting thing I can't do, but with Sound of Freedom, it was in my head, and there's so many things that were in my head, and it goes beyond the movie and real life, and that was a script in my head, and that's why I just put the camera on, and I had a cup of tea, and I'm like, let me just talk. Like
Mm,
I'm not, I don't have a script in my head, but I'm gonna just talk for 30 minutes. I had an hour slot that I had free, and I just
yeah.
talked. And even if I went silent throughout a little bit and just trying to gather my thoughts. And I'm like, no, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to express myself. So yeah, I'm gonna do that with my reviews moving forward. But yeah, no, I'm gonna hopefully anyway on that Blue Beetle. You've done a great review. Looking forward to watching that on Thursday. I'm hearing some good things about it. Apparently, it's fresh and all that stuff. But I don't care. I just hope people don't boycott it because of some bullshit that
Ah,
they
if
got
you've seen
against DC or
already,
something.
it's not. It's DC have got a bad run, bro.
It's been hard on
It's
them. It's unfair.
heartbreaking,
It's unfair.
heartbreaking as a comic book fan. It's very heartbreaking. But I feel like people don't like comic books.
But I
That's the
heard
honest truth, bro. They don't like comic books. Fans do not support products no more. Maybe the mainstream, like Marvel, but DC is mainstream as well. It's like nobody likes comic book character. Nobody's. I don't know how to explain it, bro. If you're willing to get lost in the Marvel world, how can you not get lost in the DC world as well? I don't know, like that
tribal.
sense of
It's true, but no, it's not even that. You know what it is? It's also the DC fans who have become toxic towards the content that DC provides just because they probably didn't get what they want. Because I'm sure there's millions of Marvel fans that didn't get what they want, but they still supported it. You know what I mean? Where I feel like with I mean, again, I look at me talking about DC Marvel fans. I'm segregating. I'm causing division.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
exactly. The
like
comic book, bro. Yeah.
it's just people are weird, and then for some reason that DC is just getting a stunt of like they're just getting a bad rep and whatnot. But I heard that it got a good opening. It's getting a good opening week or something. Like it's like I like
The lowest in the DC EU, but it
really.
beat Barbie in the third week. It's like 30 million or something like that. I don't know about the domestic box office, but listen, bro, I loved it, bro. And you know what? As I said before, I'm a fan. I love interpretation of comic book characters on the big screen. So I love it. I love Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I love the previous DC movie, Black Adam. I love them. I genuinely love them because I get to see characters that come from a comic book page onto the big screen. Maybe not represented in the way that I would like the format to be, but then I learned to move away from that because of what Marvel did at the beginning. You
Yeah,
know?
and like I said, you'll never get everything like the comics, but like the death of Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man is the last scene. I'm gonna kill you. Do you really want that scene in and Hobgoblin gets away, Green Goblin gets away, and he's like, "You will feel my wrath." He says some weird things. I will kill. Like, do you want to see that in the movie? No, you don't. I said this last week about another comic. Like, you don't want these lines in the comic.
But then, bro, listen, nobody's read that. There will be a handful of people, million of people, but the majority have not read it. They don't
Yeah.
read the books. They follow the movies. You start talking to people about. I've been at places, bro. When you start talking about why this happened, that happened, you get into the character's arc, and you talk about Tony Stark, and originally it was Vietnam, and he had a heart issue, and he had a suitcase, and all that sort of shit, and they're like, nah, I only follow the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
So then
Yeah.
it's like,
It's not a bad
and I've got
thing.
nothing exactly
Yeah.
because it's brought new fans into the franchise, but when you start talking about stuff like, oh, they should have done this and they should have done that and it didn't go the right way and the rest of it, but then don't know the source material, that's when it gets difficult, bro.
Definitely. It's hard, man. Listen, I'm looking forward to watching it. After you guys have seen it, after I've seen more clips, I mean, listen, I was gonna watch it anyway, but when I watched the
Yeah,
first
yeah, yeah.
trailer, I was like, "Oh, I don't know nothing about Blue Beetle. I'm gonna watch it. It doesn't look like it's gonna be something that will capture me, but never know. You never know. I hope it
Mm.
does. I hope it does well. I'm looking forward to watching it. Thursday's the day, and it's another comic book movie, so I'm excited. I always say to my friends, one of my mates, Ian, because he's a big DC fan, but he likes the Marvel stuff too. But he has a friend that always gets at him because he loves DC, and I'm like, you know what, bro? It's good to love both because I get double. I get double.
Yeah.
I get a comic book movie or show or whatever every month, every week. So anyway, I'm looking forward to watching that. On that note, just moving on swiftly, Ahsoka comes out this week, right? I think this first episode
Yeah,
aired today, if
man.
I
This.
remember.
Yeah. Is it the 23rd today? No, it's tomorrow, bro.
Tomorrow. Okay, yeah, tomorrow. Okay,
What's the
cool.
date today?
Today is the 22nd, so it is tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Yeah. Oh shit. All right, I'm waking up early to watch that before I go to my class.
I'm looking forward to. I'll try and catch that tomorrow after work and training and stuff. But yeah, Ahsoka. Let's move on, bro. Like talking about movies and comic book movies that we didn't like too much, and that was Thor: Love and Thunder. Again, there was some great elements and scenes and stuff to it, but it was a silly movie. I could never watch that movie again. I could easily watch the first Thor, which everyone thinks is shit, many times, honestly,
Yeah.
but I cannot watch Thor: Love and Thunder again. I mean, not ever, ever, ever again, but again. I could watch Ragnarok again. I could watch the second one again, who people give a lot of shit to. You know, apparently it was a shit movie and it wasn't the best, but I could definitely watch that more than I could watch Thor: Love and Thunder because how silly it was. However, why I bring it up is because apparently Thor 5 is in development and Taika
Mm-hmm.
Waititi has revealed that the villain will be much stronger than Hela. Now, him directing it, I have no issues against because I know people like get him off there, he made it too dumb. He does have to change things though. Like you have to cut out the super silly stuff. It doesn't matter if the villain's going to be stronger than Hela because
Exactly.
the Gore Butcher could have been an amazing villain, but they fucked him, man.
Oh
I think they
man.
messed him up, and you had Christian Bale, and you messed it up. So really, it doesn't matter about the villain. It matters
Yeah,
about
exactly.
what you put in there and how you change. Like, first of all, take out the silliness. Have some jokes because it's good. Like Ragnarok, take out the silly and dumb jokes. Take out anything silly. Take that away. Have some a bit more intelligent jokes, and then the villain, give him some shine. There should have been a
Yeah.
30-minute scene or something of Gore the Good Butcher just going on a journey, killing on these gods and whatnot. That would have
Yes,
been
that's right.
amazing. But so he wasn't underpowered or anything. They just fucked him over, I reckon. So I don't care about the villain. Just do it right. Give the villain justice. Give the villain purpose. Show how tough this villain is. And then also take away the silliness from Thor, man. Give him a bit more. Give him, you know, Thor. You know, in Extraction, you know that look that he puts on. There's this brokenness in him.
Yeah.
Because in Extraction he lost his family and kids, but give that kind of, I don't know, you bring that to Thor. He's lost so much, his planet, his people. I mean, not all of his people, but he lost so much. Give him that look, man. Give him, you know, that end of the beginning of End Games when he's sitting there and he's depressed and whatnot. Give him
They
that
need
look.
that. I
That
want depressed 4, bro.
that's what I want. Yeah. No more of this silly shit. We don't need that anymore with Thor. Okay, like enough with that. So that was my thoughts on Thor 5. I hope they just do better. I hope they do. All right.
And it's,
Moving on, but sticking on the Disney sort of thing. Snow White remake is getting destroyed and slapped by so the actor Snow White actress is a girl called Rachel Zegler. She's
yeah.
of Hispanic race, which I don't have an issue with, right? But I think what's happening now is because she was in an interview recently and she basically just said they're changing the whole thing and they have been getting destroyed and Disney's just getting destroyed for just changing things and wokeifying the shit out of things. Man, hear me out for a second, right? I just think stop changing the originals and just make a new fucking movie. Because if you're
Mm-hmm.
changing the whole fucking thing, don't call it Snow White. Just make a new fucking movie because people are
Excuse me.
destroying it, bro. Already in the movie hasn't come out. Like the fact that she was talking about you know, because Snow White, the original one, it was a bit of a love story. There was a Prince Charming, and this one, it's all about the woman can be independent. And no one's saying the woman cannot be independent and whatnot, but the love story in there. And I mean, which like women still like most women I think still like knowing that there's a Prince Charming out there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know. Like, it's like why change? Don't change the name. I mean, don't use the same name. Just make a whole new film. They're fucking up with these Disney movies, man, because they were classics. They were classics. They are outdated. I know they're old, but for that time period, it was fine. And you know what? We grew up with those. Leave it how it is. Create a new thing. Create a whole new story. Don't call it Snow White. Don't call it Little Mermaid. Just make a whole new thing. And with a new age, diverse look, and that's totally fine. There's no problem with that.
No, exactly, yeah.
Take an original and then you fuck it up like that, you're gonna get hate. And listen, man, Disney's been flopping with their movies, man. Like, because no one wants to watch that shit. People making a stand. What we so like, people making a stand in the sense that we're not watching, and I'm not interested. But at first, I was very excited to watch all these remakes, Jungle Book and Beauty and the Beast, and I love those. But I've lost interest. I'm like, I'm not interested in this shit no more. Like, you're changing my classic, like completely changing it. And don't get me wrong, I know it might sound like hypocrites because we just said the comic books to the movies and it's changed and whatnot. But these are dramatic changes, man. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the problem, though. It's dramatic changes, and to be honest, but the thing is, with the comic book stuff, they've never been done before. With this, they've already been done in animation form. I don't need to see it in real life because I think, like the Lion King animation, the live action one, it looks amazing, bro, but still doesn't hit as hard as the animation does.
Definitely.
That is like a whole different feel and look to it that, no other thing can do that. I don't know, bro. It's a weird industry at the moment. I don't know what's happening. There's no fresh ideas. We're going back around in circles, it seems.
It's bad. I think it's bad. Don't change classics, and these are cult classics, man. These are
exactly.
I don't know what Disney's game is. Like, it's cool to remake them. Not remake them. I just say make new things. Be more creative and make new things. You can maybe use the premise of Snow White. Why not have the original? I don't know. Why not have the original Snow White in there guiding someone else? Or I don't know, but just don't change Snow White and all that sort of stuff. Just I don't know. Hey, listen, I'm not interested. I like Snow White, the old original. I mean, I would say it's one of my favorite Disney. My favorite's always been Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, a couple of those and whatnot. Jungle Book's always going to have a place in my heart because Dad took us to the cinema and whatnot. But I don't know. Like, well, she done one interview and she's getting destroyed. The movie is already being boycotted, and people are cussing it and whatnot and dissing the shit out of it. So I don't know, and I don't know if it's a good strategy of just changing everything. I say be original, man. Don't change it. Or don't do the original and change it. Do something with it, but don't change the original character. I think that's when they're killing it, basically. My opinion. Anyway. Moving on, bro. We'll finish up with these last two things, bro, real quick. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin is getting a sequel.
Nice.
So I'm gonna ask my comic book guys if they have a copy of the Last Ronin graphic novel, because I'm definitely invested and I want to watch that, read that, sorry. So I'm gonna get a copy of that. And if they're doing a sequel, that would be awesome, because I haven't read this one, so I wonder what they can do. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna speak to my comic book guys to see if they do that, if they have it.
No, that'd be good, bro. That, as I told you, the first one's amazing. It's out of this world. One of the best comic books I've read in the past 5 years or so.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And it's great that Turtles is having this re-emergence in the world again. It's so exciting.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely. I mean, oh man, the animation is sick, bro. I do want to go watch it again. I think it comes out next week or the week after. So it's on my list. You know what I mean? It's on my list. No, definitely, man.
To watch. So
I'm gonna try and catch. So after dinner tonight, I'm gonna try and catch a late showing of, because I can't sleep and I've been just laying here in the hotel bed. So I'm gonna go catch Barbie.
Oh, do it. Nice. I definitely want to watch it. don't want to watch it. I mean, I do want to watch it. I don't want to be in cinema in Dubai trying to watch it because I told you my Dubai cinema experience is shit. So I don't want all these people in pink just fucking ruining it. I even actually maybe that's a movie you can just let people talk and enjoy. I don't know. Anyway, I don't. The truth is, I don't have the time. So I'm kind of like I said on Saturday. I knew I was watching Sound of Freedom, even though Barbie and all other ones are like, no, my money and my time's going on Sound of Freedom. So I'm just kind of strategically picking based on time and money and whatnot. Anyway, last one to finish off, bro. A new Godzilla series is on the way to Apple TV. So if you're a Godzilla fan, you're getting a new series that's coming out, which should be good. And I wonder if it's going to be related to
It's got Kurt Russell in it.
Yes. Yeah.
I saw the image. It's got Kurt Russell in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's related to Godzilla versus King Kong and all that sort of stuff, but it would be good if they just kept it in the universe.
Yeah, why not? It makes it a watchable, and then you've got other things to watch with it. You know what I mean? And they're doing that, man. If Marvel can do it and every other universe can do it, why not do it?
Definitely. So that was it. That was everything on the news that I was able to pick up this week. So that was it. What else is going on, bro? Have you got anything else you heard or read or seen or?
Oh, bro, let's do this. Oh, I did a fart. Sorry. To the listeners. So we have something amazing happening September 15th to the 17th. Batman Unmasked. It's like one of the first unique events to happen like just around the Batman Day. We're gonna have all the props and comic books from the Batman movie world and the comic book world all in one place in London. I am super excited, bro. DC UK Comics announced it today. Amazing, bro. There's going to be props from like the original Batman and moving on to, all the new stuff that we've got as well. So, sick, bro. Ash is going to love it. I know that he's a massive Batman fan. And we're all Batman fans anyway. Deep down, we all love the character. So that's happening in September, just before Batman Day. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Trying to rush around. There's me talking about dinner when I just had my lunch now. That's how busy the day was, bro.
That's what I'm saying. How are you gonna go and eat, bro? Like we just had big sandwich and
I'm not gonna eat much, bro. I'm gonna chill, talk, mingle, network, and then say, all right, good night, guys, and then run to the cinema.
Nice. Sounds like a plan.
Sorry, guys. If any of you guys listen to the podcast, I didn't mean it to be rude in that sort of way. But networking, man, is so important. I think in the industry that we're in and what we do, networking is so important. And it's just showing your face. Show your face, and opportunities will arise.
I'm not good at that. I'm not good at networking. Honestly, I'm not. I find it very uncomfortable talking to people about, unless we end up geeking out about something we both love, like, or I meet someone but in general, I'm not, man. I really hate it. I really hate that environment of just talking to strangers. Anyway, that's just me. Cool, man. Well, look, I hope you enjoy it, man. Give us your thoughts on Barbie after you watch it, man. If you get a chance, do a little video review and put it up on the channel. Oh, by the way, man, we reached 500. That should have been the first thing of the podcast. The beginning.
That's how you know we don't care about numbers, guys. We just care about the interaction we get. We get some great interaction. We get some great messages, and everything's growing. And we couldn't be more prouder to be able to bring that stuff over to you guys. So congratulations to both of us as well. G-Man, thank you. We should be proud of that.
Yeah, man.
That's amazing.
Definitely, man.
So
amazing. Listen, I was happy. We don't look for the numbers and whatnot, but when I saw that, I was like, oh man, this is great, man. We're building something here. We're building something, and 500 might not be big compared to other YouTubers or whatever. It's big to us, man. It's taking us to loads of places. It shows that 500 organic subscribers are genuinely interested in what we listen to, because that might drop down to 499 again, because we might lose people, which is totally fine. Because if what we do you don't like, you shouldn't be subscribed to. Of course,
exactly, yeah.
But so the ones that who are subscribed are genuinely organic subscribers who like to listen to our content and see some of our videos and shit. I love that, man, and I'm so happy about that. I genuinely was. I was like, that's a success. And I love the fact that it's the Brothers Geek Out podcast with, you know, you doing the comic book and the art stuff, me, yes, involved with the comic book and stuff and the video movies and shit. But my thing is I have a geek out about the martial arts and the UFC and stuff. Ash is the gamer, so he has his video game stuff. So the game content you'll see on this channel is the games that Ash has played, and the full gameplay would always be on the Brothers Geek Out gaming channel. But just little clips I put up on here for everyone to see. But all three of us, you know, we geek out together, but we have our things that we kind of go towards, which is amazing. So I love it, man. I love this, and I'm glad that we 500, man. We made this episode. This episode's gonna be called. We got to 500, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll call it that, man. That'd be awesome. All right, bro.
Cool.
I got to run.
All right, I'm gonna take this quick picture.
Yeah.
Boom. All right. Well, good to catch up. I hope everything goes well in Birmingham. Go enjoy the movie dinner. And yeah, man, we'll catch you on next week's episode, peoples.
Yes, guys, massive thank you. Make sure you click on that subscribe button if you like content like this. Make sure you follow us on our social media platforms. And if you can't see us on YouTube, check us on all other streaming platforms, Apple Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music. Too many. Go check it out. One love.
Peace.